doing fine. It's a living life.
Namaste, my beautiful friends, and welcome back to the Way Yoga. I'm your instructor, Sarah, and today, as you can see, I'm outside. I'm actually in my backyard on my back porch step, and I designed this class just to show you how portable your yoga practice can be, and you really don't need any fancy equipment to have a full, well-developed practice. So the only prop I'm going to be using today is this back porch step. So you can use a chair today. If you have access and it's safe for you, you can even practice like at the bottom of a staircase if you have that available. But again, I just want to demonstrate and show you that you can really take this practice anywhere, okay? No fancy equipment needed, all right? But of course, if you need additional props, you're welcome to grab those too, okay? So let's go ahead and find ourselves in a seated position, yeah? Let's get this practice going. And first and foremost, we're going to come into a malasana squat. So notice that I'm sitting here on the edge of my seat. I'm turning my toes outward. My feet are more or less slightly wider than hip distance apart, okay? I'm going to bring my hands together in front of my heart center, and I'm going to use my elbows to gently press against my inner thighs. Notice that my spinal column and my posture is a little bit more lifted after I do that, okay? So we're going to just take the first few moments of class here, setting an intention for our practice. You're going to be hearing some birds, guys. You're going to be hearing some ambient noises throughout this practice. All right. But I wanted to take this practice outside today and just try something a little different with you all. So thank you so much for being here. So from here, we'll start to direct our breath by starting on our next inhale through the nose. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Let's go for two more here. Inhale. And exhale. Last time, inhale. And exhale, very good. Now we're gonna add on from here. So stick with this configuration in your legs, but we're gonna take this over into a twist, okay? So starting with the right hand down, we're gonna lift that left arm up and away here, coming into a twist. Now some options, friends. You can grab onto the opposite ankle here, maybe your opposite shin if that's accessible for you. I like to keep my hand here on the ground, and of course you can use a block here if you need that. And then what I did in my practice, I like to catch the side of my head here, and notice how I lean back here. I'm pressing my head against my hand, how that opens me up here in the rib cage, in that intercostal space, right? Those muscles that line the rib cage that allow us to take that deep bottom belly breath that we practice so much in yoga. And again, just make this accessible for you. We're only going to be here for a few cycles of breath, starting on our next inhale and exhale. And inhale, and exhale, inhale, and exhale. Last one, inhale, and exhale, very good. We'll bring those arms, stretch them out wide like you're pressing between a set of walls here. And then let's take this on the opposite side, shall we? So this time left hand comes down. We'll twist out and over towards that opposite side here. And again, same options. If you liked catching the side of your head here and getting that additional stretch here in the rib cage, go ahead and take that option, okay? And we'll stay here for an inhale and exhale and inhale and exhale and inhale and exhale. Let's go for one more. Inhale and exhale. Excellent. Let's go ahead and stretch out wide here. Beautiful job, friends. Let's go ahead and bring the feet back to center so legs are parallel with each other. Yeah, and let's go ahead and just draw those shoulder heads down and away here for just a moment. Just get a nice feel-good stretch. You guys are doing fabulous, by the way. Let me know today where you're practicing from, okay? where you decided to take this portable practice with you. Let's go ahead and bring those shoulders forward for a few rounds. Okay, beautiful. So we're gonna continue to add on from here. So we're gonna take some cat and cow pose. So just like we would do in our normal vinyasa flow practice. So I'll kind of show you here from an angle so it's easier to see. So what I'll have you do here in just a moment, you'll set your hands on the tops of the thighs and then we'll arch and come forward. Notice that my heart and my chest is puffed up. It's coming forward here. I'm arching through the spine slightly, and then as I exhale, I'm going to dome through my spine, around here through my my bottom belly, coming into cat pose, and we'll just alternate between those two like that, okay? But I'm going to face forward with the camera. Alternatively, something that I did today in my practice, I like to grab onto my opposite wrist and bring my arms up and overhead and just take it like so. So I'll puff up through my chest for cow pose, and then as I exhale, I'll resist and I'll push away, right, doming my spine for cat, okay? So those are your options. I'm gonna go ahead and face forward, face you all again. And let's go ahead and take a couple rounds just of cat and cow, okay? So whichever option you liked, go ahead on your next inhale. We'll come into cow pose. Exhale, cat. And inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Let's go for two more. Inhale. And exhale. Nice warm up here for the spinal column. And last time, inhale. And exhale. Very good. Well done, everyone. If you just need to shake out the arms for a moment, go ahead and do that. And then we'll prepare for our next set of postures, okay? So from here, friends, I'm gonna demonstrate two options that you can take for this next sequence, okay? So we'll start with the left leg to begin. So I'm gonna interlace my fingers. I'm gonna catch my left leg here, my left shin. I'm gonna actively press my shin against the fingers interlaced. And notice I kind of shifted my weight forward, so I'm sitting on just the very edge of my seat here. And then again, pressing that leg against the fingers interlaced, you're gonna feel this opening here across the upper back here. And then just like we did in cat pose, how we kind of scoop the navel in a little bit, how we were hugging the navel in towards your spine, I want you to activate there through the front of the core, okay, and hold that, all right? So that's option one. Option two, you can balance here by taking the hands together in front of your heart center and just hovering, holding that foot above the ground. That's option two. Option three, don't judge because I'm out here barefoot, so my feet are really dirty. But I'm gonna catch with my opposite arm, with my right arm, I'm gonna extend my left leg out in front of me, but only if that's accessible for you, okay? Now I'm gonna turn slightly so you can see what I'm doing. But I'm gonna take this over into a twist here, okay? So if you can visualize that as I'm facing forward, I'm gonna twist the upper half of my body. Again, that's just optional, okay? So let me go over that one more time. I know that was a lot. So we're gonna either interlace here, sitting up nice and tall, turning on the front of the core here, right? And then opening up here through the upper back. You can balance here. And again, you can set the heel down, take breaks, and then pick it back up. Or option three, we're gonna take that twist here, okay? All right, so go ahead and pick your option and we'll do this together, all right? So I liked picking up my foot. That felt really good for my hamstring here. And again, no judgment for my dirty feet. I am practicing outside after all. Good, we'll stay here for a few cycles of breath, starting on our next inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Let's go for one more cycle of breath, starting on your next inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and set that down. If you need to shake out the arms once again, if you just need to stomp out the feet, you're welcome to do that too. Just get a counter pose here. Just move about just gently, okay? So we're gonna do that all on the opposite side this time, okay? So again, same options. You can interlace, you can hover and hold here, set it down if you need to, or otherwise, I'm gonna invite you to to grab on, this time with the left hand, the outer edge of that right foot there, okay? Finding that extension once again, and if you want to, you can twist here through the upper half of the body, okay? But only if that's accessible for you. Okay. All right, we'll stay here for a few cycles of breath, starting now, friends, starting on your next inhale through the nose. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Last time, inhale. And exhale. Very good, everybody. Shake it out, move about as needed. I'm gonna demonstrate what we'll get into next. So again, feel free to get a counter pose, take a break, get some water if you need it. But I'm gonna go ahead and demonstrate what we're gonna get into next. Okay. So for our next posture, we're going to be activating a little bit more through the core, and I'm going to again show you some options that you can play around with, okay? So we're going to come to the very edge of our seat here. Notice that both legs are parallel with each other. I'm actively pressing through both feet, and then I'm going to take the heel of my hand and I'm just going to press down here on the edge of my seat. And just like we practiced just a moment ago, how we were hugging the navel in towards our spine and activating, I'm also simultaneously hugging my legs, especially those inner thighs, towards midline. So it's very subtle and you might not even see it very well on camera, but I'm pressing down through both feet. I'm pressing down through the heels of the hands. I'm hugging everything towards my middle. At the same time, I'm bringing the navel in towards my spine. It's a lot of activation going on, okay? So again, only you'll feel it at home, but that's option one. Option two, I want to invite you to hover and hold above your seat. And again, take breaks. Hover for a few seconds and then sit back down and relax, okay? So we'll hover for a few seconds and sit back down and relax, okay? The third option, we're gonna take some tricep dips. So I'm gonna walk my feet a little bit further out here. I'm gonna hover above my seat and I'm actually gonna shift my weight forward slightly so I'm well beyond my step here, okay? Again, I'm balancing on the heels of my hand. I'm pressing down actively through the feet. And then on an inhale, I'm gonna come up here into like a tabletop pose. And then exhale, I'm gonna start to bend for that tricep dip. So again, inhale and exhale and inhale and exhale. And just to show you from a slight angle, my elbows are back behind me like so, okay? So my elbows are pointing back towards this back door, okay? So those are your options. Let's go ahead and do this all together, okay? And again, if you're hovering and holding, I want to encourage you just to hold for a few seconds, come back down and relax your muscles, okay? Take breaks. All right, so let's go ahead and prepare, friends. I'm gonna take those tricep dips. All right, so once again, it's an inhale, we'll come up. Exhale, dip. Inhale and exhale, and just listen to your body today, whatever makes the most sense for you. I want to encourage you to come back to this video, continue to cultivate strength, keep practicing, don't give up, okay? It takes time. All right, inhale, exhale, and inhale, and exhale. Let's go for 2 more rounds. Inhale, whatever you're doing. Exhale, let's make this our last round. Inhale, exhale, beautiful. Let's go ahead and all return back to our seat, whatever we were doing. If you want to shake out the wrist or roll out the wrist, you're welcome to do that. If you need to just pedal out here through the feet, stomp the feet, you can do that too, okay? I'm gonna roll out my wrist a little bit here after that one. So that was the most challenging, probably the most dynamic part of class, okay? So you did it. And now we're gonna kind of bring ourselves back down, back to center. Okay, from here we're just gonna take some simple twists. So again, just sitting on the very edge of our seat here. Let's go ahead and twist out and over that left leg. So right arm comes across. Just nice simple twist, and start to steady your breath a little bit here. I know I'm definitely out of breath after that one. But let's establish a steady rhythm, a steady cadence again with that breath cycle. Starting on our next inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. And let's take this on the other side. So once again, twisting out and over the opposite leg. The right leg this time. Good. Come back to your breath. Come back to your intention for this class. And if you are enjoying this content, friends, I would love it if you would subscribe to the channel, if you would like, share this, comment, let me know if this class has helped you in any way. And if you have any suggestions of things you would like to see here on the channel, I would love to try to accommodate, okay? Thank you so much for being here. It means the world to me. All right, let's stay for one more inhale. And exhale. Excellent. Let's come back to center. I got one more pose for you before I let you all go. So again, we're going to interlace the fingers. We're going to turn the hands out and notice that my thumbs are facing down, okay? We're going to catch the back of the neck here, and I want you to press your head gently against the fingers interlaced here and just find that opening. See how that just elongates your spine, how that alleviates any tension from the head, neck, and shoulders by doing that. And then we're going to hug our elbows in, so elbows are facing forward towards the screen. And then we're going to round and tuck the chin in towards our chest, but still keep your head pressing just oh so slightly against your fingers interlaced. And just notice how that opens you up across the upper back, across the spine, across the head and neck. Letting go of any residual tension, anything you want to leave here today in this space. Anything that's not serving you today, let's go ahead and just leave it here. One final inhale here, friends. Exhale, let that go. Let's slowly roll up to center. Let's roll the shoulder heads down and away once again. Thank you guys so much for being here. You guys are awesome. I love doing these videos for you guys. I love spending time with you in this collective space, and I can't wait to see you all in the next video. Until next time, namaste.